Hey guys, it's Fosse here! So in this video, I'm going to talk about the process I use to make circus acts, and more specifically, the creative process for that. I have been fortunate enough to train with coaches such as Stephanie Abrams and Eric Newton, who have guided me into teaching me how to create circus acts and how to effectively communicate different types of feelings such as sadness, happiness, anger. And so here I'd like to share it with you today. Number 1, idea or inspiration. It all starts out with an idea. It can be from a song, a movie style, a genre, or even a specific character that you like. For example, in one of the acts that I performed was called The Encounter. I got that idea from seeing the movie The Artist, which won Best Picture in 2012. The Artist was a modern day silent film, and I really loved the style and how the actors could portray this full-length story with just using physicality and not many words. So I knew that this would fit into a circus act because they both tell stories through physicality. Number 2, create a story. As I said previously, storytelling to me is the most important part of circus arts. So you need to have a story to convey whatever message you're trying to convey or feeling you're trying to convey. It helps to fit the apparatus into the storyline so that the apparatus, whatever you're using, juggling, straps, rope, silk, it makes sense within the act. For the encounter, the storyline I created was that this happy-go-lucky man was going about his day and he ends up running into this woman. And he ends up talking to her and ends up falling in love with her. That's the premise of the story. But this leads me to number 3, which is choose an apparatus appropriately. So I knew I wanted to use rope because I felt that it would be a fun way to connect the rope to be a real life person. And so in the act, the man, the character, shakes the rope's hand or the woman's hand and portrays that she is a real person, and so I wanted that creative spin-off onto it. Number 4, choose music. Music is really important and can tell a story without any visuals. It's just auditory. Music can help tell the story throughout the act and can give you choreography ideas and plot point ideas as well, from changes in the music, accents in the music as well. Music that I like to use a lot comes from movie soundtracks, because movies want to convey a full-length production, they want to convey a story, and the music really helps to drive that story. So music really helps to convey the story, which is why I chose a song from The Artist, the movie that I got inspired from, because it had that vibe of silent film style, but it also had the changes in the music of falling in love and the happy-go-lucky personality. 5, plan out the act. I find it very useful when I create a skeleton, when I draw out a skeleton of my act, and just a general picture. The planning out the act shows the general picture or the big picture of the act and where certain points or plot points should happen at different times. Now, it may not be too many plot points or specific moments, but as long as you have a general idea of where you're heading, when you choreograph the act, you won't veer off in a different direction. So, for the encounter, how I planned out the act was I had an idea that the beginning would be on the ground because it showed the exposition or the normal world he was living in before something happened. And so the man is going about his day and he trips over this rope and he's like, why is this rope ruining my day? And then I wanted an interaction with them about them meeting on the floor together right under the rope, and then when they kind of took off together, he would be able to climb the rope. So I knew that I wanted those specific points on the ground, under the rope, and on the rope. And that helped me when I was choreographing to understand which tricks would go where, because ground skills would go on the ground, air skills would go on the air, maybe ground and aerial skills would go in that middle section. So it was definitely helpful when I was choreographing, which leads me to point number 6, choreograph the act. Now, choreographing the act is probably one of the most fun things for me to do. There's so much creativity in creating new skills, but also adding new accents such as flex feet, straight legs, bent legs, to different moves and styles that have already been created. Choreographing talks about not only the physical aspects or the technical aspects, but also the facial aspects and the physicality. So choreographing the act can mean I do this phase at this accent of the music, or I do this phase at this point in the time, and I also do certain movements. Maybe I do flex foot on this accent and then point them right after. So it can really give a sense of choreography. It can give a sense of storytelling. But flex feet and point feet can mean different things in both acts, in different acts. For the encounter, I really wanted a flex foot, or kind of this jagged position when I was like frozen or freezing because I was afraid of the height, or I was afraid that something was going to happen. And then when I kind of pointed my feet and relaxed, it kind of like, it got me back into the groove of things. And so I used that dynamic to show the change and dynamics of the act. Number 7, simplify. I believe it is very important to simplify the movements to the most clear that they could be. The audience really does not have any idea what you're trying to go for, and so the simpler it is for them, the easier the message is going to get across for you. In the encounter, I was using a lot of gestures just to do one simple thing, which was give a handshake. But I wanted to give a handshake in a confusing manner, like, maybe you want to try? So what I initially thought was be kind of frantic, and then shake, and then maybe go away, and then shake. But really all I needed was just a, which was simple enough, but it also got the exact feeling that I wanted to across. And same with the whole act. Even though I was still a frantic, kind of upbeat I was an upbeat character, I still could be precise with my movements and show that within my face so that it didn't look cluttery. One of the things that can help you simplify the movements in your act is get another person's opinion. Which leads me to number 8, get someone else's opinion. It's really important that you show your acts to your coaches and your directors so they can have an objective opinion of what it is you're trying to convey. It is important to get the opinion of a circus coach or a circus director, in my opinion, because they understand or can help you adjust certain points in your act if you need it and give further suggestions. If you ask a random person, they might give you a note, but you're not really sure how to fix it or resolve it. So I think both opinions are very valuable, but you definitely want to get someone else's opinion just to have a test of how people react if you are conveying your message or feeling effectively. And step number 9, perform. Every circus act needs to be performed in front of an audience in order to get a real experience, because circus arts, in my opinion, should be a live performance, as I've said before. And so you just gotta perform it, and you just gotta do it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this video, and if you'd like to see more about a specific topic about how to get ideas for circus acts or different types of music to use. Let me know what you guys want to see. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, comment what I should do next, subscribe to join Fosse's Posse, and make sure to always stay fabulous.